And as Stephen was saying there, Australians in need of emergency consular assistance are being encouraged to contact the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade's 24-hour Consular Emergency Centre. If you're inside Australia, that number is 1300 555 135. If you're overseas, that number is +61 2 6261 3305. Well, as we've just been reporting, Australia's Foreign Minister has suggested that Australia will prepare to assist Nepal if and when that call comes. Mona Sherpa is the country director of the humanitarian organisation Care Nepal, and she joins me now from the Mustang area in Nepal. Mona, thank you so much for your time. Our thoughts are with you and your team today. What is your first priority right now?
Melissa, first of all, thank you very much, because we really need that at this point of time, because it is deeply tragic, and the way situation is evolving, you get to hear, number of people missing, loss of lives, destructions of the settlements, severe damages to road, bridges, infrastructure, hydropower. Though the right information is in the process of coming, the situation still remains fluid. And thus, we are observing the situation, and as the report indicates, significant destructions and all, we are ready with our care package of emergency to support the community, the affected community, and the families there.
Yeah, can you talk to me about the care packages that you're providing? What's in them, and how are you getting them to people who need them?
Care package for emergency has 5 different kits, and this is the time where affected families are out of touch in communication or in electricity and all. So solar kit is something that we have, but along with that, as they are displaced, they will need shelter support. So there are tarpaulins and the shelter kits. They also need safe drinking water, so water purifiers, and also to collect water and preserve it wherever they are residing. There is a hygiene kit. So 5 different kits are put together. But along with that, we are also coordinating with government so that we can provide ready-to-eat food supplies. And soon our care emergency package is also going to the location along with the government's relief package.
Do you have enough of those supplies, and is it easy enough to get them to the people who need them? We have stored some, and as we were prepared with these response support, we could immediately deliver it. Right now, we have almost 358 care packages, which we can immediately deliver. But with the framework agreement we have with the different vendors, and with the emergency response capacity and emergency response packages we have, or mechanism we have in CARE as a humanitarian organization, with the right coordination and right information, we can slowly provide some support. However, it is not enough, and thus that is where the solidarity and assistance will be required. Yeah, you talked about people needing shelter support. Obviously, at the moment, with houses and infrastructure just completely destroyed in this area, is there anywhere that people can go?
It's difficult. So there are certain points to which we can go, and then thereafter we have to figure out how we can transfer it. But then government is also taking some relief items through helicopter and all. The Home Ministry and the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Authority, NDRRMA, is also doing that. And we are in coordination with them, providing those support or sending in those support. But Melissa, what I also want to inform is
Beyond immediate rescue and relief needs, community may face challenges related to shelter, food, food security, access to safer water, health services, and even the protection concerns and the restoration of livelihood in coming days. So we are practically concerned about women, children, the old, our elderly people, people with disabilities, marginalized groups, because they face, risk and in a different manner. And this disaster, looking at it, it is going to go for a longer period. And also from our earlier experience, it is definite that a longer term engagement will be required, as it will hamper like livelihood, the mobility, the commerce, the local economies. And that is where we need to be ready and prepared along with the immediate relief support. That's what I would like to inform you.
Yes, absolutely. And on top of all of that, Mona, are you also concerned about disease and illness spreading in these areas as well now?
Definitely, with the kind of the flood and the impact and the all the slurs that we are seeing here, that is definitely going to happen. And thus, the association of INGOs in Nepal, the humanitarian cluster related with health, are also coming together so that they can provide support around required health facilities or health services, be it camp or other, engaging with the local health authorities and the entities, but then in a coordinated way. And it will be the need for sure.
Yeah, so what sort of assistance will you need from the international community in the coming days, weeks and months?
In our earlier disasters, be it 2015 earthquake or even in between, whenever there were landslides, flood, drought, you name it, all the climate induced disasters and all, Nepal has been able to recover out of it, along with the solidarity and support of different, support from the different countries and well-wishers. So looking at the massiveness of this disaster, our government is moving forward in a coordinated way. However, I feel support will be required in coming days and any kind of assistance. I would also like to tell that CARE, our team in Australia, are also coordinating this. And if you want further information or any kind of helping hand and support, there is a care.org.au. You can go to that link and extend your support. And also we are in touch with the DFAT here in Nepal so that, we provide the information that we are gathering from the community through our local partners. And those validated information or authentic information from the ground will help us to make a right decision on immediate relief support in a coordinated and specific manner.
Yeah, a lot of work ahead for you, no doubt. Mona, thank you so much for your time today. All the best to you and your teams.
Thank you very much. I need that energy. My team needs that energy, and it's much appreciated.
Thank you. Well, as we've been reporting, new figures out of Tibet from the Chinese are reporting that 558 people remain missing on that side of the border. 260 of those are foreign nationals. That brings the total missing between Tibet and Nepal to nearly 1,000 people. For more on the situation, here's our China correspondent Alison Horn, who provided an update a short time ago from Beijing.
Yeah, we have just received some new information from Chinese state media about the situation on the Tibetan side. As we predicted, it is much more severe than was first being reported. That's because it's now daylight hours here and authorities are able to get a little bit more of a handle on just how extensive the damage is there and how severely impacted people may be. This is in an area that is the main border crossing between Tibet and Nepal. There's a port there as well, and some of the vision that we've seen, CCTV vision coming out of that region, is really horrifying. These walls of mud and water engulfing that whole area. And the information that's just been released by state media here in China is that at the moment now they're saying 558 people are missing on the Tibetan side alone. They've just revealed to us that 260 of those people are foreigners. Now, I've got questions in with the Foreign Ministry here to try and figure out whether or not there are any Australians involved on the Tibetan side. And then we've got the Nepalese side of this disaster where we saw